Hey everyone, we've made it to week 3, huzzah! This video is just going to be an overview of what to expect this week. So this week we will be working on Module 2, and I'm just going to kind of give you some insight to what this week will look like. So I'm in our Canvas cell 39853. I'm under Modules. I'm going to scroll all the way down to Module 2, and you will do as you've done every week with the modules or the past 2 weeks. You'll start from beginning to finish. So we are going to be reading one text that's outside of the Norton Field Guide, which I will provide for you, and that text is Gerald Walker's Dragon Slayer. So don't start from the beginning. Don't look ahead, because I know some of you got a little confused, and that's my fault for not clarifying. You were confused looking for texts that weren't in the book. If it's an outside text, I provide it for you. So once you hit Gerald Walker's Dragon Slayers, and I'm clicking on it. Oh, that is not what I was looking for. Let's go back to modules. So if I click on Gerald Walker's Dragon Slayers, let's try this again. The text will appear for you, okay? So don't freak out. I will never ask you to go scouring the internet for a text. I will always provide them for you. So for those of you that do not have your book yet, I would not worry too much. You will need them eventually, but I'm going to try to provide you as much material as possible to give you time to get those books. So, for example, we will be reading 2 other literacy narratives that are in the book. I provided the page numbers within the modules. For those of you that don't have the book, I have also embedded a link to that text that I found online somewhere. So for example, you will be reading Shannon Nichols' Proficiency, which is in the book, the Norton Field Guide. But if you don't have that, I've also provided a link here for you to access that text. And there it is for you. So let's go back here. And another example is you'll be reading Amy Tan's Mother Tongue. I provided a link for that text as well for those of you that don't have the book yet. Okay, so pretty much the same thing this week. We're looking at the rhetorical situation for each literacy narrative. You'll be having a discussion with your peers over Walker's Dragon Slayers. And then this week, instead of a triple journal entry, I'm going to have you do something called Engaging with the Text. And this will be with Amy Tan's Mother Tongue, which see right here, if you click on that, it'll take you to a website that provides the text for you. But this is also in your Norton Field Guide to Writing. So engaging with the text, that can also be found within the Norton Field Guide to Writing. And there are 5 questions, but I only want you to answer questions 1 through 4. For those of you that don't have the text yet, I've rewritten the questions here in the assignment text box. Now, I don't know how many of you were confused about how to submit the assignment. I'm pretty sure I write it within the instructions. I want you to write your answers either in a text entry box, which is provided for you through Canvas, or you can write your answers on a Word doc or a PDF or whatever, and you can upload those to the assignment, okay? I think that's pretty much it. So this week we're just reading a few literacy narratives, kind of learning what a literacy narrative is, looking at literacy narratives, the rhetorical situation of them, and then next week we will start talking about how to write our own literacy narratives and starting to draft our own essays. But for this week, we're just reading, going through the modules, doing the discussion board, the quiz, and the assignment, okay? All right, I hope you all have a good week. Again, reach out to me if you need to. All right, I will see you guys next week.